You're listening to 90.8 Hills FM Radio.
This is 90.8 Hills FM radio station, using our voice to rate your choice. Stay tuned.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 90.8 Hills FM. I'm your RJ Gugu, and this is the studio that calls for the voice of change. Today, we have a wonderful individual who came to Nagaland for the first time, and we are honored and happy to have him in our studio, where we will hear about his journey as an individual, but at the same time, what it matters for him to be part of this community. His name is Nitesh, and I will leave Nitesh to introduce himself broadly, but in short, Nitesh, he is the project manager at Adivasi Lives Matter since 2021, and he has traveled to 8 states of India, met and interacted with youths of more than 50 tribes, giving training to more than 300 tribal youths on digital storytelling. And just offline, we were speaking to him to understand what does Adivasi Lives Matter mean to him, and why did he join this, and what is it all about. And in short, we were able to understand and find out that the digital storytelling is massively working popularly among the Adivasi youth to be able to tell their stories, for which we felt that this is exactly what we in Nagaland need, how to encourage and empower young people to tell their stories however they want to tell their stories, but they have the power and the authority to do that on their own. But it comes with training, capacity building, and also understanding that the impact and the consequences, because freedom of speech comes with responsibilities and accountability. And I think in our social media circle right now, we see a lot of influencer giving more of impacts, but it's becoming more negative because it's about them, it's becoming very I-centric, a very individualistic centric, for which if we look at the community level, it will have another story. So let's hear from Nitesh. And Nitesh, welcome to our studio, and I'm so happy that you came to Nagaland. So maybe you could share a bit, starting off with your introduction and how was your experience in Nagaland for the last 10 days of the retreat at Zubza, and what do you have, to offer us, people in Nagaland, to know about your journey, about yourself, which will, roll off in our conversation. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Nitesh to Nagaland.
Thank you, Gugu. Since I come from Jharkhand, and in Jharkhand we say Johar. So
Johar.
Johar to all the listeners. Yes, this is amazing. This is the first time, to Nagaland, and it's an amazing feeling. I've heard a lot about Nagaland, and from my childhood, the one state that I wanted to, visit was Nagaland. So finally, I got an opportunity, and I visited. The geography, the people here are so beautiful, and the food. Oh my God! Okay, I love the food. I love the Naga food. So that's the image I have right now about Nagaland. In mainland India, we hear lots of negative things about Nagaland, but it's completely wrong. Okay, so that perspective been changed when I come to Nagaland. So yeah, I work with Adivasi Lives Matter. Started with Adivasi Lives Matter as assistant editor.
Assistant editor.
Yes,
okay,
of Hindi. So initially it was just a job for me, because my work was to just edit few articles and publish it on the website. But as I started knowing more about those contents, the articles, and the things about tribes in that articles, those articles have been written by the tribal youths. Okay, so the interest about knowing the tribal lifestyle grew in my heart, and I got invested in that job. So now when I see the whole journey, it's not just a job for me. It's something with whom I am connected with, emotionally. I am connected very much emotionally, invested emotionally in this idea. About digital storytelling, okay, the storytelling is something that we can't teach to any tribal or Adivasi,
Why?
because that's in their blood or in their gene. Okay, storytelling, they are doing it for generations, for 1,000 years they are doing storytelling. So they are the best storyteller in the world. The Adivasis and the tribals are the best storyteller. It's just that we are bringing one extra element, which is a digital, the modern tech. So using digital media or the social media, how to express your story or how to tell your stories to the world.
Wow. I mean, I think the see, even listening to you, Nitesh, it's so exciting, because for us Nagas also in Nagaland, we use technology. I mean, it's everywhere, but how do we use the technology? And here, the youth, the Adivasi youth, and how beautifully said that the people are natural storytellers. It's in their genes, it's in their DNA, you name it. The only thing is you're using the digital platform to tell your story, just in a different way.
Yeah.
But the content remains the same.
True.
So how was it, as you said, that it's not a job anymore for you? It was earlier a job,
Yes.
Then it turned into a passion. It turned into being part of you. So how does it feel now? I mean, what is it differently that you're doing now? Because you were doing it as a job earlier, but
True.
now it's like it's part of you. The difference kya hai isme?
So I'll begin with my, the way I've been grown up. Okay. So in my region, all my friends are from Ho tribes.
Okay, Ho
mostly.
tribes.
My childhood friends are
And
from
you are
Ho
which
tribes.
tribe?
I'm not exactly a tribal.
Okay.
Our community name is Kurmi, but
Kurmi.
they were scheduled in the list before independence, but after independence they are not. They chooses to vote themselves out
Okay.
from that list.
Okay.
So yeah, but my friends and my lifestyle is all around and among the tribals. So I was working voluntarily with different organizations, to understand the tribal lifestyle, and to see where I can give something, and contribute something to the society. When I started this job as assistant editor, it was, like I said, it was just a job for me. But when I started knowing about the tribals, when I started knowing about the creators who were writing the articles or making videos about tribal lifestyles, the best thing happened in that job is I got a chance to travel to different tribal villages, meet different youths, and I understood that the core principles of life, for example, need based living. So, not hoarding things and just living and using the resources the amount that you need, and or just living in a present, not thinking about future, not thinking about past, just enjoying the moment, just enjoying the moment in present. Such philosophies, if you like dig down and in corporate setup or in modern setup, you'll see that those are a special course where you go and learn something. Okay, those philosophies like living in a moment, or not hoarding things, not thinking about much about future or past. But tribals are doing that from generations, for
True.
1,000 years they are in that lifestyle. So I think the whole world need to learn from Adivasi or tribal lifestyle. That's the only way to live in peace. So when I started accepting that, and when I started learning more about that, I too found within me that I am getting that peace, that calmness, okay, and the happiness that the tribals do in their lifestyle. For example, they do hard work whole day. When they comes to home, in the evening, they dance, they sing, they sleep, and again they do the hard work. So see, the happiness, the calmness, the peace is there, within themselves. So that changed my perspective, that I don't need to pursue something else in my career. This is where God or the universe has guided me to be, and I am in a perfect place.
Then, Nitish, do you not feel that with that kind of serenity, you know, that peace and contentment that you have experienced. आपको नहीं लगता कि the youth of today may be missing out something with the advancement of so many things? So the slow paced lifestyle, is it relevant with the fast changing world that we're living in? Contradict नहीं करता? आपको लगता नहीं है कि the youth would be actually being late behind?
Yeah, look, we have to like understand them also, the youth. I am also a youth, so maybe for me, that serenity, that calmness, that slow pace is something that I love. Okay, but for another, but I can't say that this is the only way of living. This is the only way where you can find peace. Maybe the youth, the Gen Z, or the other another generations that are coming, you know, they are finding peace in a fast moving life. Okay, what happens is we don't accept the generations, that generation gap doesn't accept that, okay, you guys don't know about peace, you know, you don't know how to live life, because your attention span is so less, you will not able to enjoy the, you know, beauty of this life. For example, I've heard from elders that, you know, when I go to places and take pictures or make videos, they used to say that you're not enjoying the view, you're not enjoying the, you know, calmness of this place, the energy of this place, you're just focusing on taking pictures. Okay, for me, I am enjoying it. Okay, by taking pictures also.
Okay.
It's not just that, you know, there is only one way to enjoy a view or only one way to enjoy the moment.
That's very interesting because every generation would have a different outlook towards the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you shared about it क्योंकि नज़रिया अलग अलग हो सकती है एक चीज़ पे, and pointing that out also helps us. So Nitesh, digital storytelling,
Yeah.
शुरुआत कैसे हुई?
So it started with an idea. Okay. So our co-founder Ankush Vengulkar had this idea of traveling into tribal belt. Okay, the Adivasi belt, especially the belt of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Odisha.
He himself is a tribal?
No.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
he had this idea to do a cycle visit to this in this region. So he traveled for 2,000 kilometer
Wow.
and just in bicycle, and went to all these places because Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Odisha are known for its mines.
Yes.
So the mining activities are happening in like anything in that region. So he saw that this is his word, that he saw that there is a mountain, a big mountain, lush green mountain. Okay, lots of tribal families are living around that mountain. And after few kilometers, he saw that there is a same amount of dig has been created. A hole has been created because there was a mountain, but there is a mountain, but it's a reverse mountain now. Okay, the mountain going down. Okay, not going up. Okay, because the mountain has been removed by mining, and they mine the underground surface also. The forest is gone. The life around those forests are also gone. So it's not just the life. Those lives were living in that forest for generation, for more than 3,000, 5,000 years. The tradition, the culture, the language of so many years, has been removed in just few years. So it really, impacted his thinking process. And in the end, he met Ashish Biruli, another co-founder.
Okay.
He is from Ho tribe. Okay.
Oh.
So Ashish Biruli is a photojournalist.
Okay.
And he comes from Jharkhand. And in Jharkhand, there's a place called Jadugoda, where uranium deposit is there, and government does the uranium mining. So Ashish saw that due to the mining, the radiation is spreading in that area. He can only tell better because he had done his research, how it's impacting, the radiation is impacting the tribal life. So he started capturing photos.
Okay.
And started publishing it in international medias, in conferences. He was doing that. And Ankush, who was traveling by his cycle, met Ashish. and Ankush told the story of Jadugoda.
Okay.
They say that the Buddha weeps in Jadugoda.
Oh.
So he told that story, how the uranium mining and the radiation is impacting the tribal life, and it got viral.
Wow.
Okay. Many mainstream media started capturing his stories. Then Ankush had this idea, and I am not even a tribal. I am not even a person who is living in this region. I am coming from totally opposite direction, from west, and when I shared this story, people are like getting to know about it. But there is a person, Ashish, who is already telling about the story, the same story, but very less people knows about it. So why is that? That means there are other tribals also, the other youth also, who are telling their stories, but it's not getting covered in the
Getting the
so-called
attention.
mainstream India.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
not getting the attention. So then Ashish, Ankush, and one of Ankush's friend Isha, three of them, had this idea to create a platform where Adivasi or tribal youth can share their own stories. So nobody else will put their narrative, just their own story in their own style. That's how the idea of Adivasi Lives Matter, the idea of sharing the stories digitally came in place.
This is amazing. I mean, I think this has had an influence over the youth where it is supposed to be influenced. And I think I am personally totally influenced by it because we've been
Thank you.
talking about how do you tell your stories in whatever language you feel is right. And I think this is something for all tribal people, it's necessary. And especially influencing each other positively. Because many a times, and I'm sure you would agree, along with Ankush and everyone, that when others tell our story, it's from their perspective. And somewhere along the line, in that transition of explaining, the story also changes. है ना?
true.
Second party, third party. Nothing like a first person speaking. And I think we as a community radio, the very purpose of our being here is because of this. We want the community people to use this platform to come and tell their stories.
True.
And we're so excited at the same time where we're also able to have, the ability to process it. As we listen, we have more understanding and our mind opens. But if we don't have the art of listening, then we will have our own story, khud ke liye. And like you said, the difference between someone else telling the story got more attention than the person who's telling his own story not getting the attention. But
Yeah.
perhaps it's also about saying it in the right place,
True. Yeah.
So that's where your platform got created,
Yes,
right?
you perfectly said it, saying it in a right platform. Okay, so now if I, if it, for example, if I ask you, okay, and I ask the audience also here, how many of you read articles daily, and how many articles you read daily
In a day.
in a day?
Well, if it interests me, yes, of something that interests me, or else not even a single.
Okay, and how many YouTube videos you watch, like
Oh,
long
lots.
videos, long videos, 3 to 5, more than 3 minutes.
Again, depends on the topic.
Okay,
Yeah.
but a number,
Maybe 3, 4.
3, 4.
Yeah.
And how many shorts or reels you watch in a day?
Oh, that's like the moment you wake up. I think more than 10, 20, 30.
Okay, so
Yeah.
for me, I might be watching more than 100 reels or shorts, just scrolling daily.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so now the youth, the audience, the people are investing their time in shorts, in reels. So if you are talking about something, or telling people to aware in any topic, awareing things, then you have to be in a right platform. If you write articles now, nobody is reading it. Okay, if you make long videos, very less people are watching it. But if you the same thing, if you tell it in shorts or on in reels, then a lot of people will see and watch it. So that's how you have to find a right platform to share your stories. Your story is not it's not that the story has no power, or it's not that the story is not relevant, it's just that you are not choosing a right platform. So yeah, that's we also changed initially when we started the project Adivasi Awaz, we called it.
Okay, Adivasi Awaz.
Yes, so we used to train tribal youth, the Adivasi youth of 3 states, Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu and Tripura, in how to write a good article,
Oh,
how to make good videos, the long videos to post on the YouTube. Now we see the demand has hugely decreased, that there are very less people who are reading articles, there are very less people who are watching long videos. All the youths are watching shorts and reels, and our tribal youth also wants to become influencer or digital content creator. So if we don't change and we just focus on write good articles, and we say that okay, kalam hi hatiyar hota hai, ठीक है, कलम को तलवार बना लो, this is not that era now. अब मोबाइल को हथियार बनाने का टाइम आ गया है, ठीक है. नाउ योर मोबाइल इज योर वेपन. नाउ यूज योर स्टोरी, यूज योर वॉइस, एंड mix it with the digital platforms, the social media platforms, use your mobile and bring out your stories.
wow, Nitesh. I think our listeners also will agree to that, because the amount of time that we are spending on our phones, it's massively huge. Matlab ghar pe bhi, I keep seeing my dad and mom waking up with the phone, sleeping with the phone. है ना, मतलब पूरा खानदान.
Yeah.
So it has changed our lifestyle. It's part of our lifestyle already, whether we like it or not. So bringing out the right content, it's important.
Yeah.
And how do we say our story? That is the how part. है ना? We are saying it, but it's the how part. Is it attractive enough for people to actually stop for a while and चलो एक बार सुनते हैं, you know? So I think these are some of the things, how to stay relevant, updated, and capacity building is so important for everybody, which you all are doing it. So Nitesh, how has your visit to Nagaland helped you? Or the things that you were saying earlier, the stories about Nagaland, and now that you've stayed here, you've met people, you've heard stories in person, what memories are you taking back with you?
Okay, first is Nagaland again, concreted my thought, my idea that across India and across the world, tribal and the Adivasis has similar lifestyle. You can name it anything. You can say tribal, you can say Adivasi, you can say natives, you can say aboriginals, you can say red Indians. Okay, so there are different names, to identify them, but the lifestyle is similar. The stories are similar. Okay, so in Nagaland, I learnt about Moru. Okay, it is very similar to Gotul in Chhattisgarh.
Gotul. So Gotul is as same as the institution.
Yeah,
right?
same institution for Gond tribes.
Oh, Gone tribes.
Yeah.
How many tribes are there?
Okay, guess how many tribes are there in all over India?
Oh gosh, that's a GK that I have not gone through.
Any number?
100 plus.
Okay, there are 700 plus tribes in India.
Oh dear Lord, but we never hear all of them.
Yes, 700 tribes speaks more than 1,000 kind of languages.
True, agree.
So and that 700 also, the listed 700. Okay,
Then
we're
imagine
talking
the
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the sub tribes that there
Oh,
are.
dear.
For example, there are around 32 tribes in Arunachal, but the sub tribes, like there are more than 100 sub tribes.
Even for the Nagas also,
Yes.
we have, a figure that is not even known completely to us. So I can well imagine India as a whole, the number of tribes, which you rightly said, registered and unregistered, and sub-tribes. Massive diversity the country holds.
Yes.
taller than you and me. Echoing warrior chants down through the valleys, where our ancestors once happily dwelt. Decreed by the Maker himself. The land that's blessed with the unique culture, buried beneath is our untold miseries. Yet we the people who live unconditionally. You gotta know that we are the Nagas. 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 Whoa. We know who we are, we know where we were. Since our ancestors thought will guide us too. Journey has left the sky, but that's alright. We've come a long way and we'll go on and on. The land that's blessed with a unique culture, buried beneath is our untold miseries. Yeah, we the people who live unconditionally. You gotta know that we are the Nagas. 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 Whoa.
हाँ मैं आया हूँ पूर्वोत्तर की पहाड़ों से, देखने में अलग संस्कृति भी अलग, लेके प्यार और अमन का पैगाम सारे देशवासियों को मेरे सलाम। इस देश के लिए दिए हमने भी जाने बलिदान, और हम भी शान से कहते हैं that I am a Naga.
We are the Nagas. 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 We are the
So yes, you were saying, Nitesh, about the tribes. So how many tribes are you working with?
So we found that going state by state, if we go, then for example, we went to Chhattisgarh. There are more than 42 tribes in Chhattisgarh. Okay, in Tamil Nadu there are 36 tribes. In Tripura there are 19 tribes. Okay, so we started working in these three states, and we realized in 3 years that if we go state by state, then it will take more than 10-20 years to reach those 700 tribes. And during that time, if you plan, then there will be tribe who will go in extinct. Okay, the language will go in
Yes.
extinct, their culture will go to extinction. So now we opened it. Yes, we increased our states. For example, now we have 8 states we are working, but we are allowing tribal youths from other states also to participate in the training.
Oh, that's interesting.
So this is for the youth of Nagaland. Okay, I'm going to
Okay.
tell that our training is going to happen in November, in which we are accepting the cohorts from Arunachal and Tripura.
Okay.
The youths, the participants, the tribal youths, the registration forms we are accepting from Arunachal and Tripura. So, but we welcome other tribal youths from Nagaland or from Mizoram or Meghalaya or
From the northeast.
northeast states.
Yeah.
Okay, they can also fill the form
Okay.
and get the training.
Oh, so is it in-person training or digital again?
So it's a digital training.
Okay.
It's a 10 days stress digital training. So every day they will sit with the trainers for 2 hours. They'll get to learn something. Then they will practice it. So it's not just a teacher student training kind of thing. It's a workshop. So we'll teach something and then the participants will again apply it and do and then submit their homework.
So this is like every 2 hours we have to be online.
Yes.
Okay, and that how would you decide the timing?
So we will take the
Okay.
answers from the participants only, that in which time
What
they
time?
are comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it 1:1 ratio, or is it like 5:1? Like 5 students and 1 teacher?
No. So there will be more than around 8 to 10 trainers, and we are expecting participants around 100.
Wow.
Okay.
What was the last training look
Okay,
like?
so last we have done training for the youth of Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. This year we started with Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh, where more than 150 participant has registered.
Wow.
And just after that we did trainings for 3 states, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Uttarakhand. Again, more than 100 participants registered, and just a day ago they finished the 10 days training.
So what attracts young people to register?
Okay, every youth wants to become a content creator in this time.
True.
They have something,
Huh?
they want to express it online.
Yes.
They're just waiting for something, some kick or some push. Okay, so when they see that there is a group forming just for the content creators and just for the tribal youth, then it appeals them, so they get connected. Because those who are thinking in the direction that our stories should go out, our culture should go out, our lifestyle should go out, people should know about it, we are proud of it, then and then that time when they hear about this training, they got really interested and applies for it.
That's very encouraging. And is it an expensive engagement?
No. So the registration fees is 500 rupees. Okay.
For 10 days?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's not just 10 days. Okay. It's a 1 year training.
1 year?
Okay. So it's
Interval
not
trainings.
It's not just that we give it training for 10 days and we'll leave the participants. No.
Okay.
So in every month we'll do online meetings.
All right.
After the training, after 3 months of the training, we'll meet at one place. Okay. It will be an offline meeting, where we will ask the already established content creators and influencers to come and interact with our trainees.
Oh.
Yeah, and this will do every 3 months. Okay, a meetup or something at one place.
So that would be
meetup.
4 times in a year.
Yeah, and the whole year they will get access to our trainer, to interact with them, to ask question with them, and we will help time to time how to build their own brand. So we'll not leave them, okay, after the trainings. And another interesting thing is, those who are like really doing well and very much interested and invested themselves in making content, will help them to get exposure visit also. For example, we can take 2 youths from Arunachal to visit a deep remote village in Chhattisgarh, or we can bring a Rajasthani youth to Nagaland. Okay, so that kind of exposure visit will be there.
Exchange
Yes.
is going to be very, very healthy, very important. Just like your visit to Nagaland has been a real change, and like you said, it made a solid ground for you in terms of perspectives, and at the same time building relationship. And I'm equally excited because I can think of this digital content training even for our team at the radio station, because radio itself is a very new industry in Nagaland, especially a community radio.
Okay.
And young people are so creative, but how can they use their creativeness in a platform like this is another challenge, and radio biggest challenge is digital media. है ना, the slow pace, आराम से सुनने का, listening, and the digital is definitely the visual, so the visual is your eyes, and the radio is your ears, and these two combination are so important and lethal to direct your mind and your heart to move together. So I think rightly said, Nitesh, that these two has to complement each other. And like you also said, you have to stay relevant. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're going to become irrelevant. And especially if you're going to work with young people and we want to look at the brighter future, the investment has to be now. And like you said offline, that today's generation directly they are on on an iPad, Jabki we started with the dialer phone, the keypad, and now the anxiousness, the restlessness, the short span of wanting everything now, 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 is also making us lose our patience with each other.
True.
So, as a community builders that each one of us are as facilitators, it is increasingly becoming important for us to upgrade ourselves. So it's such an honor to have you, the Adivasi Lives Matter, and of course the movements we all get influenced, but we're doing it. It's a movement actually. It's
Yes.
not just a one-time campaign and ek baar kiya khatam kahani, and your training, like you said, it's not just about 10 days, but it's a whole year of, hand holding and making sure that the individual got it right and he or she can actually build on that foundation and take it forward.
Yes.
I mean, that's capacitating somebody for a very long run. And that again excites me, that you actually have a vision. It is not just a short term goal, but a long term goal. So, lastly, I want to ask,
Yeah.
how do you sustain, how does Adivasi Lives Matter, ALM, sustain and survive?
Okay. Good question.
If that's a
Yeah.
right question
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
ask, is it an NGO? Is it a well wishers funded, or it's a? I think people would be very interested to know how do you do these things, because it requires a lot of logistical support and
Yes.
sound foundation. So please.
So, if you go to our website also, you'll get more information about it. But yes, Adivasi Lives Matter is in a process of registration, and we are registering ourselves as NGO. But right now, we are working under one NGO in Chhattisgarh called Paryog Samaj Sevi Sanstha.
Okay.
So yeah, so we are kind of a project for them. We people adopt their children, but we kind of adopted a parent. Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, so we asked them to help us, so that when we get registered and all, after that we will be self-sustainable. But now we are under that NGO, Paryog
Okay.
Samaj Sevi Sanstha, and there are donors. We approach to the donors. We approach to individuals also to donate in this movement, in this initiative.
Wow. I mean, I think your startup is very, very organic, authentic, and getting to know now that you are moving towards, getting a registered body, because that's a serious work.
Yes.
And you've already worked in the ground to finally decide that, and it's in the process. And I think that's how every movement starts. And having the support of people who believe in that idea, and you're building people actually to give them the voice and to voice out in the right direction. And we just want to congratulate you and let you know that we really appreciate the effort of the ALM, and having you at our studio and helping our listeners also to get to know your work and your visit to Nagaland, your stay in Nagaland, and the similarities that we share as tribal people. I think that's so important. And someone especially who's not a known tribal, and to understand the tribal perspective, that is itself again a plus point. Because I remember when we sat down and we asked, how do we continue? How do we reach out to one another? The only best way is with an open mind and sit down and say, hey, I want to listen to you.
Yes.
And I think that's how conversation starts. That's how relationship begins and friendship blooms. So thank you so much, Nitesh, for being here with us
Yeah.
and sharing your story, sharing a part of you with us, because Nagaland is definitely a part of you and we are part of your journey. And I hope that we continue to build this relationship even in distance. And I hope these young people who are working and sharing their stories get to have an exchange program in Nagaland,
Yeah.
anything can happen, and we really like to extend that invitation to the Adivasi youth, elders, and the community to please come to Nagaland and share the stories. And we have so much to learn from each other.
Yes.
So, any message that you would like to share with our listeners from Nagaland?
Okay. Just one. If you
Yes.
don't tell your own stories, somebody else will tell, and then the narrative will totally change. So start telling your own stories.
Well, with that note, 90.8 Hills FM is amplifying once again to tell you, dear listeners, that the community radio is very much with that same mission and vision, what Nitesh has shared, that we actually encourage people to come to our studio and share the stories and take ownership and reclaim their voice. So with that note, we are signing off, and we hope that you have enjoyed what Nitesh has shared and what Adivasi Lives Matter means, and how young people are actually rising up to actually tell their stories in their own voice, in their own emotions, but guided, mentored, and capacitated with the right kind of tool. And I think that's what we need. And as a citizen of the country, it is equally important that we play our role at the right light, in the right direction. So with that note, we're signing off, and we thank you for being here with us, and also sharing this space and continuing to be our fan, our support. And you know where to find us in our Instagram, Facebook, and maybe Nitesh can tell us what is the name of your Instagram handle and your Facebook if you have.
Just search Adivasi Lives Matter.
Great. So you know where to find them. So with that note, the voice of change, 90.8 Hills FM, RJ Gugu signs off.
You're listening to 90.8 Hills FM Radio.
This is 90.8 Hills FM radio station, using our voice to rate your choice. Stay tuned.